Welcome back to Psychology Refresh. Today we're going to rank MBTI personalities based on their convincingness. Make sure to watch each one and find out which personalities are the most convincing. Some personality types are very convincing, and some just are not. Each individual has their own level of persuasion skills. However, based on general tendencies, we have ranked each one of 16 personality types in one of these categories. Here is the MBTI personalities ranking based on their convincingness. Number 1. ISTJ. Since they are direct by nature, ISTJs like to persuade others by telling the truth. They detest having to devise novel arguments to persuade people of anything. For the ISTJ, it is more important to be straightforward and simply trust that their audience is intelligent enough to believe them. If a person is not persuaded, the speaker is likely to consider them to be somewhat of a lost cause and decide not to waste their time trying to persuade them of the truth. Number 2. ISFJ. ISFJs do have a persuasive demeanor, especially given how sensitive they are to other people's feelings. To make their loved ones' lives happier, they want to let them know how they feel about them. ISFJs prioritize making other people happy as part of their primary goal in life. They merely want to bring harmony into their surroundings, and they frequently employ persuasive skills to do this. Number 3. ESTJ. The authoritative presence of ESTJs can undoubtedly increase their persuasiveness. They are fairly persuasive since they have the capacity to project an air of authority. Although they do believe in being honest, ESTJs detest having to come up with showy techniques to persuade others. For the ESTJ, their self-assurance makes them more credible to people around them and supports their sense of authority. If you are enjoying our content, please give this video a like, subscribe to our channel, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell. Number 4. ESFJ. Because they are so tuned into other people's emotions, ESFJs are quite persuasive. They are more convincing because they frequently have an understanding of the inner aspirations and objectives of others. They are able to comprehend what people desire, and they will make an effort to give it to them. Number 5. INFJ. INFJs are inherently attuned to other people's emotions, so when they choose to be, they may be incredibly persuasive. They frequently devise strategies to exert pressure such that they may persuade someone of just about anything. INFJs have a ton of this skill, but they don't always try to use it. Their ability to persuade others is something they frequently employ to aid themselves in various ways, or maybe just persuade them of how exceptional they actually are. INFJs are adept at convincing others of the truth, although they typically aim to accomplish this in a positive way. Number 6. INFP. INFPs can clearly persuade others, but this is largely due to their sincerity. They value honesty and they dislike telling others half-truths. The INFP can be quite persuasive regarding these subjects since their convictions are genuine and come from the heart. Since INFPs dislike trying to convince others of a position they don't personally find to be true or moral, they are unlikely to do so under these circumstances. Being honest with others and making the right decisions are important to INFPs. Number 7. ENFJ. Since they are so innately attuned to other people's emotions, ENFJs are unquestionably effective at persuading people of many things. Since they can frequently see into people's deepest impulses, this helps ENFJs improve their ability to persuade others. ENFJs typically try to make use of these skills to aid others and direct them in the correct direction. ENFJs also use their capacity for persuasion to encourage others to recognize their own favorable traits. Number 8. ENFP. ENFPs can persuade with ease and are certainly capable of doing so. Although ENFPs can frequently persuade others of almost anything, they like to be open and truthful. They try to be honest with people and detest doing anything that makes them appear to be dishonest. ENFPs have such strong internal morality and are committed to going above and beyond to uphold their moral and ethical standards. Despite their very astounding ability to persuade others of almost anything, ENFPs prefer to persuade others of the truth. Number 9. ISTP. Since they are endearing individuals, ISTPs can be convincing if they choose to be. However, ISTPs generally don't take pleasure in having to persuade people of anything. For the ISTP, it is more effective to be truthful and present others with evidence before trying to persuade them of something. They like people to simply accept the reality that is in front of them and despise having to strive to convince others. Number 10. ISFP. ISFPs despise having to pretend and want to persuade others honestly. People who support them and their opinions are preferable in their life. Despite preferring to be truthful, ISFPs may become wounded if their loved ones don't believe what they say. Though they won't go out of their way to persuade someone, they think it's crucial to stand by their convictions rather than having to stray from them. Number 11. ESTP. ESTPs are charismatic individuals with a strong ability to persuade others. They have a natural seller mentality and are able to comprehend what customers desire. ESTPs have a talent for convincing others to believe anything they say with the help of their wit and charm. Although they are capable of doing this, ESTPs sometimes get tired of having to persuade others they care about to agree with them and would prefer for them to just believe what they say. Number 12. ESFP. ESFPs can definitely persuade others, especially given that they are extroverted and likable individuals. They frequently go above and beyond to persuade others of anything, and they are skilled at doing so. ESTPs also value honesty and would prefer to be able to express their opinions and beliefs in a direct manner. Even though they value honesty, there are moments when the ESTP may choose to hold back the truth if they are worried that it may enrage another person. Number 13. INTJ. When they are adamant about something, INTJs might be both persuasive and obstinate. The truth should be shared with others, and INTJs detest looking for ignorance in their surroundings. Instead of using flash and flare to persuade others, the INTJ must rely on facts. They merely present the facts, and it is their own fault if people are too gullible to believe it. Although they value spreading this knowledge, they won't go above and beyond to persuade people of a point. Number 14. INTP. Intelligent INTPs possess the wit and knowledge necessary to persuade others. Even while INTPs make an effort to convince others of essential facts, they occasionally struggle to express their ideas clearly. It can be difficult for INTPs to truly put this into words because they have so many concepts and bits of intuitive knowledge swirling about in their heads. Since they have faith in their own intelligence, INTPs can be persuasive to those who trust them. Number 15. ENTJ. Being convincing is something ENTJs do simply by being accurate and sincere. They also exude a strong sense of authority, which aids in establishing trust. When expressing their ideas, ENTJs are confident, which makes them far more persuasive to people around them. They don't believe in going out of their way to persuade others in the majority of circumstances, but there are some situations where it is crucial to be persuading. For instance, the ENTJ could need to persuade people of information during a business event, and they will undoubtedly be good at doing this. Number 16. ENTP. Because they are naturally appealing individuals, ENTPs can be convincing. ENTPs aren't scared to take advantage of their charismatic abilities to persuade others of things. They take pleasure in testing their own limitations to see how far they can go in order to learn and gain a better grasp of the world around them. ENTPs take pleasure in the ability to push their own boundaries as well as those of those around them in order to better comprehend them. Although ENTPs are adept at persuading others when they want to, they ultimately value honesty. These videos will be really helpful for you.